Welcome back to AgriTalk Online here at Commodity Classic in Nashville, Tennessee, and our guest is Tom Buis, CEO of Growth Energy. Tom, we are so close now to E15, and looks like it's going to come at a time where I would think it would get even more attention because of gas prices being what they are.
Sure, I think, Mike, the public acceptance would be great if we can get the retailers to get out there and get it into the marketplace, because, you know, the difference between a gallon of ethanol and a gallon of wholesale gasoline is $1 today. And that translates into savings at the pump for the consumer. And we all know it's at a time when we need it most, because gas prices just keep going up, again, because of instability in the Middle East.
So if someone in a market starts carrying E15 and starts seeing that the competitors start seeing that person's getting the market advantage, that's how it grows from there.
It absolutely does. And, you know, we've been saying for quite some time, access to the marketplace is the key for acceptance. And for decades and a very long time, fossil fuels haven't had any competition. And if you provide a competitive product out there that's better in performance and cheaper, we're confident that consumers are going to accept it and want more.
Ethanol is not the only reason, but it's a big part of it. The drop we've seen, the lessening of our dependence on foreign oil, we have seen that percentage going down.
We have seen it going down, and you know, if you look back, and you and I have talked about this numerous times, in the 40-some years that since the first OPEC oil embargo, the only significant increase in domestic energy has been the production of ethanol. We're 10% of the market. We're trying to get 15%, which is, you know, better for our economy, better for jobs, better for the environment, and cheaper for the consumer. So that's our big focus right now, is getting that out there into the marketplace. It's just been a short period since EPA gave the approval to register the fuel. Plants and retailers are in the process of signing up. They have to be approved by EPA. And a couple other forms they have to fill out with the regulators. But we're confident it's going to enter the market here soon, and we think, again, it's a great product, and the timing couldn't be better.
In 2001 and newer model year, cars and light trucks can use E15. You don't have to have a special vehicle, don't have to make any changes or adjustments.
You don't at all. And, of course, flex fuel vehicles can use E15, but they can also use mid-level blends. In fact, where retailers sell E30, it's about 35 cents a gallon cheaper to the consumer. That's not insignificant, and plus they don't get any mileage drag. So it's a good answer for a complicated issue that's plagued this nation's economy for way too long.
It's also a good alternative for those that have been concerned about E85 and losing mileage and needing a flex fuel vehicle. This is the alternative. You can use more ethanol now with E15 and not have to have a special vehicle or, as you said, not lose the mileage.
Absolutely. And I would encourage all your listeners to go to their retailers and say, when are you going to get E15 into the marketplace? Now's the time to really put the push on.
And now's also time we have a lot of ethanol.
We do have a lot of ethanol. You know, margins were good last fall and production went up. Right now, the market overall fuel consumption in the country has come down. We're in a point in the season where typically people drive less, and so we do have an oversupply. So take advantage of that market opportunity. It's great for consumers.
We're exporting a lot of ethanol. It shows that the demand for biofuels around the world is growing.
It is growing, and it'll continue to grow. You know, more and more countries are adopting some sort of ethanol mandate into their fuel system. In Europe, I mean, even in Japan, they're going to E2 or E3 blend, and we think that will continue because, again, fossil fuels, everybody's been experienced the economic havoc that occurs over a product that is basically controlled by a monopoly. And, you know, here we go again, yet another oil shock facing our nation at a time when, you know, we're just coming out of the last recovery, of the last recession.
Cellulosic ethanol has not developed as quickly as many of us would have liked, but it's still showing lots of progress and lots of potential. that's why it's key now to keep support for cellulosic ethanol moving forward.
Absolutely, and support for what they call the Renewable Fuel Standard, which really sets the plate for the next generation of biofuels. You know, we're only 4 years into a 15-year energy plan, the only energy plan we've passed in 40 years, and now's not the time to back off on it. In fact, now's the time to make sure that it does stay in place, and we do all those other activities necessary to move forward. You know, cellulose and other feedstocks blends will come on board. It's just a matter of allowing them time to get going. And as the economy starts to improve, you'll see more investment into those facilities. And along with that investment, and people start to build them, you'll see innovation and efficiency. You know, the corn ethanol industry still gains efficiency all the time. The yield of ethanol from a bushel of corn keeps going up. Our energy use keeps going down. Our water use keeps going down. All the factors, we haven't squeezed all the efficiency out of it yet, and that same activities will occur with next generation.
It's been amazing to watch the technology that's come into the corn ethanol industry, and you said that continues, and we need to bring that same technology, those advances, to cellulosic.
Yeah, and the cellulosic will probably be built around all the first generation ethanol. You get the efficiencies of scale, of the facilities, the distribution, all those factors. It'll make it cheaper. And the enzyme companies continue to develop through their extensive research better enzymes that can break down the starches in plants more efficiently and cheaper. And so the future's bright. It's just, you know, sometimes we all get a little too impatient, but we're moving forward.
Yeah, when you look at how much has been accomplished, how far we've come, how important ethanol is to our fuel supply now, I say to critics all the time, I say, can you imagine where we would be if we took ethanol out of our market? We think we have a problem now with gas prices and concerns. Take that out of there, we'd really be in trouble. We
would be in trouble. And, you know, while we're here at a farm show, if you look for decades, everybody in agriculture has said, boy, I'd really like to get a price from the marketplace. There's never been a better period in our nation's history for farmers on income this past year. Virtually everyone had really good profits, and it's because supply and demand gets balanced. There's new economic opportunities out there. When we used to have all this product overhanging the marketplace, have created balance in supply and demand, and guess what? Farmers are getting a decent profit for their hard work and investment, and that's the way it should be. They're part of the marketplace now.
Good to see you again. Thank you.
Great to see you, Mike.
Before I let you go, Daytona was a showplace for ethanol too, and a lot of other things, as it turned out.
Showplace for a lot of rain. You know, one of the lines I used with a lot of the NASCAR people that I don't know if they appreciate it, but it was rain makes grain, but it doesn't make good racing. And we certainly had a presence there. The coverage on TV mentioned ethanol a lot. There were some great ads in there. And again, in Victory Lane, as with all the cars, they were driving on E15.
Great exposure indeed. Good to see you.
Great to see you, Mike.
Tom Buis, CEO of Growth Energy. This is AgriTalk Online from Commodity Classic in Nashville, Tennessee.